Hey there, kids. Class is in session yet again. Yeah, man, welcome to another edition of the Heezy Hoopcast with your nigga bread versus yoga, powered by animalheezy.com. That's ANIMALHEEZY.com. I implore you, I beseech you, I urge you to visit animalheezy.com at your earliest convenience and invite yourself and maybe even a loved one to betterness. At this time, like I always do, I want to say R.I.P. to my OG, Big Kahuna, R.I.P. to my nigga Ray Ju Goku, and rest in paradise to my pops. Y'all spirits guide me out here in these streets, man, and I love y'all forever. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. A lot of these Heezy Hoopcast sessions I do be because I watch games and shit, and I'm like, yo, like, no, nigga really got to talk about what just happened. But sometimes I end up doing it because I want to go in depth more than the 140 characters on Twitter can afford me. I want to say more. And I'm kind of torn between this particular session because I want to go deeper than 140 characters, but I really don't want to talk about this nigga first off because it's what he wants. And the more you speak on this nigga, whether disparaging, whether positive, whether however, whatever light you speak on him in, it contributes. It makes him bigger. It makes his brand bigger. And, you know, it's just falling right into the trap, if you ask me. The other reason I don't really want to do this is because I'm sure this boy is on pure Bolivian. I'm sure this nigga is on extra Ecuadorian. I'm sure the boy is on Bogota Bullion. You feel me? But if you don't know about that, man, then you know I'm talking about this nigga LaVar Ball. And, I get it, man. The nigga eating, nigga feeding his family and shit. And you can't really, what they say, you shouldn't knock how a nigga eat, knock how a nigga feed his family and everything. So I'm not here to knock him eating and feeding his family. I'm just here to say he a clown, and being a clown is how he feeds his family. And I mean, I guess it's no different than Barnum and Bailey and the circus and shit. You know, they feed their families too, but it don't make them no less of a clown, you know, on the daily and shit. And, you know, it's this big brand, this big baller brand he's building. It's a lot of B's, a lot of connotation going on. But he got this brand that he's building and everything, but you know, I mean, I think it's okay to ask, why do you have to build it this way? I mean, trolling is the cheap way out. I mean, we know in this hypersensitive era, in this social media era where everything is done for clickbait, everything is done for headlines, this is the easy way out. All you got to do is say Donald Trump's name. I could go on Twitter right now and say I support Donald Trump with all my heart and get attention for it. Like, trolling is the easy, cheap way out. And you talk about building $1 billion brand, but I think he's building it on an extremely cheap foundation. Would you agree? You know? So most recently, I guess, you got this LeBron shit going on. He said some shit about great players in the league. They kids will never match up to them, and maybe suggested that LeBron's son probably wouldn't be all that in basketball because his dad was so great. And you know, I think, first off, I think LeBron kind of overreacted to that shit, kind of like he's been overreacting to everything this year. Like, he overreacted to the shit with Charles Barkley. Like, you know, he's he's been an overreact. I think he's on his Kevin Durant rag right now, where he just, media, fuck you guys. But I do understand him saying, like, look, nigga, don't place no limits. It ain't even about talk about kids and shit. It's like, don't place no limits on my kids. Don't put your bullshit observations off on my kid, nigga. Sky's the limit. Sky was the limit for me. Sky's the limit for my kid. You not gonna take that away from my kid publicly. Put pressure on your kids. Don't put pressure on my kids. And, since we talk about kids, nigga, I mean, before I ever even heard of LaVar Ball, I heard about the little nigga LaMelo Ball that scored 92 points in the game and did it snowbird and shit. The little nigga was a clown. I thought that was some clown shit to begin with before I ever even heard of LaVar Ball. And lo and behold, look at the clown behind that clown ass shit. It makes perfect sense. It all comes full circle. Yeah, it's crazy. But the reason I got a problem with this nigga doing this shit is because the nigga not in his 20s. The nigga gotta be in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? Mid to late 50s. And you not only grown, you old as fuck just saying shit. Trolling and shit. You a old fucking troll. Chill out, my nigga. Like using buzzwords and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the biggest names into the conversation, the most controversial, like the shit with the biggest potential to be a controversial headline. He gonna say a nigga name, he gonna throw that dumbass shit out there talking about he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. Bro, you grown as fuck, fool. You grown as fuck. Stop saying stupid shit. That shit that, you know what I'm saying, your kids say some stupid shit when they little, and you be like, look, nigga, stop, think before you talk. Stop saying stupid shit. And I get it. I get that, the reason he's doing it is to put his brand on. But that's a cheap ass way to do it. Nigga, get a fucking marketing plan or some shit. That shit not tight, bro. You bringing Charles Barkley into this shit. You bringing legends into this shit. And you doing it with the deliberate intent of making fucking headlines and shit. Troll with integrity, nigga. Like nigga talking about he gonna play for the Lakers and shit, but it's like the nigga when he started talking about Lonzo Ball is better than Steph and shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't really fuck with college basketball like that, but I have watched entire UCLA games and shit just to see what this nigga Lonzo Ball talking about. And the nigga actually do got a decent skill set, but this nigga ain't no Steph, bruh. Like, he got that ugly ass jumper he can wet from deep, but that don't make you Steph, nigga. Like, I don't even think Lonzo Ball is as good as Steph at Davidson. So, but it's because Steph's name. It's because Steph is one of the top 3 biggest players in the game and shit, because the nigga didn't say Lonzo would tear up Mike Conley, you know what I'm saying, who's an all-star guard in the West that he would be playing against if he played for the Lakers. He didn't say Lonzo would tear up Damian Lillard, who a nigga that's probably gonna end up giving his kid 50. He gonna fuck around and get his kid baptized in the league and shit. And he say, how can he be the best if niggas ain't coming at him like that, like coming at them with all that, with some type of anger, some type of animosity and shit. Yeah, that's all fine and well till a nigga goddamn choke slam your kid in transition and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas that's willing to take them fines, willing to take them suspensions for that shit. But nigga didn't mention nobody like a great player like Giannis Antetokounmpo and shit. Like, you gonna tear up Giannis? You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Giannis, you know what I'm saying, the Antetokounmpo family with Thanasis and Alex, they're a good example of how you have a basketball family, you market them, you market the story, and then you let their respective skill sets and they game do all of the rest of the determination from there. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna front. Every now and then, LaVar Ball says some shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Saying about like how he ain't really worried about what people think about his approach because he the one that feed his kids, clothe his kids, and all that shit. Like, he said some poignant shit here and there, but the message, he always turns around and says some bullshit in close proximity of saying anything that makes any remote sense. So the messages always get lost in the bullshit. And I don't like his approach personally because it's not it's about him. It's about him being a clown, but I think it's deeper than that. It's bigger than him, because when a nigga actually gets over with this kind of shit, when a nigga pulls these type of stunts and it halfway works, 75% works, or 100% works, it inspires other assholes to try it. And then after a while, after a nigga tries it and another nigga tries it and another nigga tries it, that shit got the potential to make LaVar Balls of the world the norm. The same way Lil B came out doing the reckless rap, doing the I don't give a fuck about being good, I don't give a fuck about shit rap. And it created a whole next generation of Chief Keef, 21 Savage, and Young Thug. Not to, down them. It's just, they made it to the point where if you even try to rap on purpose and shit, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? Niggas don't do that shit. And it's crazy when you get indicted for trying and shit now. But this shit wild because it's becoming like, even the fact that it's getting over on shows like First Take and Undisputed and shit. And can LaVar Ball beat Charles Barkley one-on-one? Or can LaVar Ball beat Michael Jordan one-on-one? Is an actual top nigga. This is fucking stupid. Even when they bring up this nigga average 2.2 points. Like, why are we still talking about this? Like, why is this even a thing? Like, it gets to a point where this nigga's an adult and we're adults and we're not acting like it because we're entertaining this 57-year-old that's acting like a 7-year-old and just saying whatever comes to his misguided fucking mind. And we're talking about it. We're engaging it. Hey, did y'all know Rob Parker got resurrected on Skip Bayless Undisputed Show? That's crazy, nigga. I thought that nigga was dead. Shit, nigga. Skip and brought that nigga back to life, and Skip got a slew of super friends that he took over to Fox or wherever he at. So Skip Bayless the devil and shit, but boy, that nigga he done worked in relationships. You know what I'm saying? But man, LaVar Ball is shitting on his high school kids coach after they play like assholes. Shitting on UCLA. I mean, it's just entirely too much. And niggas try to act like, man, he's doing a great thing for his kids. It's not about them fucking kids, man. It's about him, man. He did this shit for him. He bred these niggas to be 3 basketball players, so he got 3 shots at this shit. And if it was about the kids, man, you would hire a real fucking I don't know, like a market strategist or something. Like, you wouldn't just be out here just trolling this shit if it wasn't about you. You know what I'm saying? It would be no big baller brand if it wasn't about you. That's just me, though. I don't think it's about the kids. The kids are the direct beneficiaries of it. You know what I'm saying? These kids got to enjoy are going to get to enjoy a life that most of us won't, because of his efforts and everything. But he's the sole beneficiary and shit. Them niggas can still ball. You can still put that same work and you can put the same marketing into them without you being in the forefront. But when you talk about playing niggas one-on-one and shit, Jordan and Barkley, that's not about them fucking kids, nigga. That's about you. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, clown shit. Stop it. Stop supporting this shit. And that's the last I'm gonna say about it, because you know what I'm saying? He done just got 15 more minutes of free promo, and I feel like a dickhead at the end of the day. AnimalHeezy.com.